Let me go ahead and start with a question here. What are the ways that you feel you're affected when it comes to money? What are the ways that you feel that your life has been affected when it comes to money? And I'm going to use a quick analogy here real quick, a personal analogy, and I think it goes hand in hand with how people deal with their finances. When I was growing up, when I was a young child, and I was involved in sports, basketball and soccer and baseball and all these different things, what would happen is I started getting involved in baseball, right? In baseball. And it wasn't a sport I was really good at. I just wasn't good. I wasn't confident. I wasn't really good at hitting the ball. I couldn't keep my eye on the ball. I just couldn't hit the ball. And generally speaking, what would happen is if you're not good at something, what do you normally do? You normally avoid it, right? If you're not good at something, you avoid it. So I wasn't really good at baseball when I was growing up. So guess how much time I spent playing baseball in high school? 0, right? I went out for track because I understood that. I just wasn't good at baseball. So what does that have to do with money? Everything. It's got everything to do with money. Because if you don't feel educated, if you don't feel informed, if you don't feel like you're in control of your finances, then your life will be completely affected, not just in multiple ways, but in 3 specific ways that I'm going to talk about here today. So ask yourself here today, ask yourself this weekend, do I fear money? How do I feel when it comes to my own personal finances? Do I feel 100% control of my finances? Or do I feel every time I get paid, the money's already out the door, it's already been spoken for, right? Because my goal and what I do is I help people, number 1, annihilate their debt in their life, and number 2 is I help people control their habits. I help them to develop the right habits in their finances, and if they can do that, every single area of your life will be affected through that. So I just have a list of 3 things here real quick of 3 ways that the fear of money will actually affect your life. Number 1 is control. And what I mean by that is if you fear money and you're not comfortable with money and you're not really sure about money, what that's going to do is that's going to affect your daily handling of money. We all know that famous word, budget, right? We all know that word. We all know what it is. However, not many people do that. Not many people set up a budget, and not many people say, hey, I'm going to spend this much money on groceries, this much money on gas, this much money on rent or mortgage, right? Most people don't do that. So if there's a fear of money or a lack of control of money, what's going to happen is people aren't going to go ahead and budget. They're not going to be in control of their finances, and then their finances are going to get all whacked out because they don't understand money. The second area where if people have the fear of money, how that's going to affect you is actually in your job. It's going to affect you in your job, because if you're making a certain amount of money, let's say you make $10 an hour, $15 an hour, maybe you make $40 an hour, I don't know. Let's say you make $15 an hour and you want to make $20 an hour, but you know that your job, your position doesn't pay that. So what it could actually do is it could actually hold you back from applying for a better paying position, and it could affect you asking for a raise because you're so dependent on the income that you have. You don't want to lose that income, so you don't go out and seek more income. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So the first way is taking control of your finances. If you don't control them, it's gonna affect your daily habits. And number 2, looking at your job, looking at your daily income, you actually might not go after what you're really worth, right? How much do you think you should get paid every hour, right? Is that what you're getting paid right now, or is that something that you're working towards? And then the third area that I'm talking about is enjoying life, okay? If somebody fears money and they don't understand their money and they're not in control of their money, what can happen from time to time is every time you get paid, you might have money in the bank, right? You might have a savings. You might make more than you spend. You might spend less than you make, and that's fantastic. But if someone's just not comfortable with how they feel about money, just enjoying life can actually be completely affected by that, because people might think it's scarce. And money is not scarce. Money is Money's a vehicle, money's a tool, and it can give you options, and there is an abundance of money out there. There's an abundance of money out there. If someone's looking to make an extra $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, I know that might sound crazy, but if you're looking to make extra money above and beyond what you're doing, there's a ton of opportunities to be able to do that, right? And I'm not pitching any kind of business here. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm just telling you, if you want to be able to enjoy your life a little bit more, if you want to not fear money so much, then look at other opportunities where you can make more. Because if there's even more abundance and more prosperity, you're going to start feeling more better about yourself. You're going to start taking more control. And when you are 100% in control of your finances, your life will be completely different. I guarantee that, right? Because the reason I say that is because there was one point in my life that I did not feel good about my finances. I was frustrated. I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't fulfilled. These are all these feelings that I had about finances. And what happened was I was introduced to a ton of information that just changed my life. There's a set of like, what, 5, 6 books right here? I'm going to pull them out. All right. So there's like 6 books like right here alone. You can do a screenshot if you want. That's okay. These are 6 books right here that have absolutely changed my life, right? So that's something that can help you with your life, is new information, and getting the new information, hanging out with the right people, and being held accountable. I talked about that earlier this week. So what's something that we can do today? What's something that you can do today? This is what I would encourage you to do. If you haven't done it already, again, my name is Nick Nyber. What I have is I actually have a free PDF that you can just go to my website. It goes over the 9 ways to take control of your finances. All you got to do is just type in your name, type in your email address, and I'm going to email you this PDF of 9 ways that you can take control of your finances. Doesn't even require a phone call. It's just putting in your phone number, or just putting in your number or your name and your email, and it just gets automatically sent out to you. It's pretty sweet. And that's something that you can track. You can take 30 days to complete it. You can take 2 years to complete it. It's totally your decisions. It's completely up to you, right? Because your future, your financial future, is 100% in your hands. And what I try to do is I try to teach financial responsibility so people, men specifically, can take care of their families, so their wives aren't worried about that financial security. So hopefully this helped. I see we got a couple people on here. I appreciate all the hearts. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. If you did find value, feel free to share. Not sure what kind of device that you're on. You can either slide left, slide right, up or down, whatever device that you're on. You can share it on Twitter, Facebook. You can even share it in a personal message. If you know someone that is affected in these areas, feel free to share this. I want to get this out there, and I want to definitely help people in this area. So I'll be doing some more Periscopes over the weekend here on finances. So if you want, you can also reach out to me on Facebook. Just go ahead and you can instant message me on there if you got a question. And hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.